Hey, Tony Gaskins here. Now y'all got to forgive me now because I got my little robe on, so don't y'all go to, you know, cutting up and talking crazy. Tony, why you on here with a robe? Getting ready for dinner. Got to go to dinner here in a little bit. Still in Costa Rica, but want to pop on here as I'm going through my questions this week. And as you see the title, this is a very, very important one. And this is something that a lot of us have made this mistake. And so really, get your pen and pad and be able to go ahead and get your notes in and look back over your relationships. And before we jump into it, still got the one-on-one session link. We book it into 2026 now. Got the one-on-one session link. Y'all got to realize sometimes my schedules are unpredictable. So when you book and you schedule, I'll reach out to you if something came up with the family. I'm always family first type of guy. So y'all got to understand that right there. I don't know how people was on my schedule for this week while I'm in Costa Rica. I guess they have scheduled long before I took it off or something. But, and also the 2026 conference, live conference, you'll see it on TonyGaskinsAcademy.com. Link is in the description. The $97 ticket is the in-person. The $47 is the virtual, where you watch on Zoom or to watch the replay. So grab your ticket. And then once you get the $97 ticket, we got 10 tickets for a dinner with me Friday night, where it'll be a nice little private room at a restaurant in Lakeland, Florida. And so once we hit 10, we'll go and close that on out. Because we want it to be something, just kind of cool, something intimate, just a little VIP dinner, connect. But back to the subject at hand of how to stop overgiving in relationships. Now, first, what you have to realize is we overgive, and I am an overgiver. We overgive because sometimes we are trying to buy love because we feel unworthy of love. We feel inadequate. We feel like the real us, the true us, the most genuine version of us is not good enough. And that may come from different things for different people. What I found is that for some people, it comes from them not hearing I love you and being showered with love and given love growing up. For other people, it may come from being ostracized, overlooked, mistreated, talked about, talked down to, and they feel inadequate. They feel less than. They feel outside of the standard of beauty in their country. And so they feel like they have to do more and give more in order to be loved, to be respected, to be appreciated. And that happens very often. Now, as you think about this, there is a thing that you've heard of where they talk about matching energy. I don't want to get too caught up in that, in matching energy, because that also can become very toxic. It can become just a lot of games. And so you have to be careful when it comes to matching energy. And you have to think about, instead of matching energy, you just have to think about deposits and withdrawals. You have to think about initiating and reciprocating. And as you look into that, what you'll find is that some people take and they take and they will sit back and wait to be catered to be loved, for things to be given to them. And the person who really, really craves love and affection and attention will give that love and will give it with the hopes of getting it back. And then the person who's giving may not get it back because the person who is receiving ends up being just swept off their feet. They're being lulled to sleep. Lull, Lulled. They're being lulled to sleep and swept off their feet. And so they come to this place of where here they are and they have this complacency, because we humans and we all want our love bucket, love account to be filled. We want that love. We want to feel seen, heard, needed, appreciated. And so the person who is overgiving will just pour on so much love. And genuine and pure, authentic, natural overgivers are not manipulators. They're not love bombers. They're just literally someone who loves to love, and yes, wants to be loved. And that is real. It does exist. And you've met some people like that, even if you didn't know you did, or if you didn't believe you did, but you have. And so you have to look at this and realize that when you are in a relationship, if you are a man, you are supposed to lead with love. So the man should initiate the service, the giving, the loving. And then a woman should reciprocate the service, the giving, and the loving. And not all love looks the same. So in the most basic example, a man may take out a woman's trash, take her car to get washed, or wash her car, take her car to get an oil change. The woman may cook dinner, clean his house, or wash his clothes. So it doesn't always look the same, like, oh, he took out the trash, so then she gonna take out the trash. He took her car to get washed, so she gonna take his car to get washed. That's not how that works. So what you have to realize when you are a giver or when you're a receiver is that you need to reciprocate equally. But understand, reciprocation doesn't mean you're doing the same exact thing. And one of the things that I learned in my own marriage is that my wife loves very, very deeply. She loves very deeply. She loves very intensely. But her love, the way she loves, is through service. She doesn't love the most through affirmations and physical touch. The way she loves the most is through service. And so I had to realize that, and had to learn that, oh, I may use a lot of affirmations and just be telling her, how beautiful she is, how beautiful her skin is, how nice her body is, how nice her hair is, how nice her outfit is. And then I may use a lot of physical touch, massaging her shoulders, squeezing her, grabbing her booty, rubbing on her back, just always touching her if she's in my vicinity. And then I had to realize that she loves me just as much as I love her, and will do just as much for me as I will do for her. But she shows it in a different way. And one of the things that happens in a relationship is a lot of times we love a person the way we want them to love us. We do for a person what we want them to do for us. And that's where the problem comes in. You have to love a person the way he or she needs to be loved, not the way you want to love. And I had to learn that, of like, okay, what does my wife need? And what really speaks to her and what really means something. So I'm at this hotel. They got a gift shop. Tomorrow is my last day. So I'm going to pop in the gift shop and see if I can find something for her, because that gift, when I'm away for her from her tells her I was thinking about her. And one thing I've learned is that it ain't about what I get or how much I spend. It's the fact that I thought of her when I was away from her. And so gift becomes a real strong love language for her, and she'll really appreciate it. But like she tell me, all the love language is her love language. Like she appreciate it all, she love it all, and pretty much love it all by equally. And so that just lets you know what type of person that you have. And I realized that if somebody didn't grow up in a very overly affirmative household where there was a lot of words of affirmation, a lot of physical touch, then they may not know how to show those things, but it doesn't mean they don't need those things. And this is where we learn. So as I'm working with couples and we doing this deep work and we, taking these deep dives, this is what I'm finding and realizing is that we have to be open and honest and very real about this, because it comes to a time and place where we have to be able to identify what love we're giving and what love we're receiving. You also have to realize that you cannot buy a person's love. And the more you give a person, the more they will ask from you, the more they will need from you, your average everyday person. Now, when you fall in love, when a person falls in love with you, that's when things can change. And that's when they don't just use you. But if you are a giver, you will be drained. And you really won't find people other than other givers who will say to you, hey, no, you ain't got to do all that. You ain't got to do all that. And genuinely mean it. And even those people, you can turn them out. You can get them to where they will receive. And I learned this even, working in my nonprofit, how like, I could give and give and give. And instead of people being like, hey, thank you for what you did, they'll be like, hey, also can you do this? And also can you do this? And also can you do this? And hey, can you help with this? And anytime they need help, now they coming to me because they know I'm a giver and that I've given to them before. So they coming back to get more. Now here's the crazy thing about it. It doesn't mean that they don't appreciate you. It doesn't mean that they don't like you. It doesn't mean that they don't respect you. It's just they see that you are a giver, and humans just by nature, by default, are devoid, just lacking and needing. And so if you're going to give, they are going to take. And so what you have to do is you got to listen to your heart. And you got to, and I don't mean that in the literal sense of like the deception of the heart, but I mean, you got to ask yourself, where am I giving from? And do I really want to do this? And do I really feel like I should do this? And if the answer is no, then don't do it. Don't do it just because you want to see the person smile, just because you want the person to say thank you, just because you want the person to be indebted to you. Don't do it for that reason. Do it because you genuinely want to show this person an expression of love, and you want him or her to feel your love and to feel how much you love them and appreciate them. When you do that, then you will you'll get past the overgiving. And then always be mindful of what is being done for you, and make sure you find a way to reciprocate. So if it's being done for you, you take and find something you can do to give back. So, example, my wife, she cooks 3 meals a day. She clean. She do the laundry. She'll even take out the trash sometimes. And sometimes it's majority of the time. And then that's what she does for the household. So then today, what I did for her, she went and did her cosmetics, and it was $3,500. And as a man, I think about that, and I'm like, man, 3,500 is a lot. Like, that's a lot. But for a woman, it's like a woman operating at that level and, doing everything she could do, that money spent fast. And the lady told her it was a couple more treatments she could have did, which would have been like another 1,000 or 2,000. And so I say that to say that right there made her feel even. It made her feel good, because it's like, I'm doing all of this right here for you. So it makes her feel good that I'm taking and making sure she good. And she got everything she need. And anything go wrong with a car, I'm taking care of that. Anything she need, clothes, whatever, cosmetics, whatever, I'm taking care of that. So she taking care of me with her acts of service, and then I'm providing for her. And so one hand wash the other, both hands wash the face. Now, if I didn't give her anything, do anything for her, and she doing all of this for me, and she got to go work 40 hours a week, she got to make her own money, pay for her own skincare, pay for her own clothes, do everything for herself, and she doing all of this for me, that would be her over giving, and that would be unfair, and that would be lopsided. And that's what happens in a lot of relationships, where one person is doing all the giving and the other person is doing all the receiving. So make sure that what you're giving is being reciprocated in some way, and that you are recognizing that and you feeling that. And you can't go tit for tat, because it may be a different expression, but make sure there is reciprocation. And if there is no reciprocation, then that's when you have to start pulling back and realizing you're doing too much. But hey, it's Tony Gaskins. Finna get on up, get on ready for dinner. We're going a little early tonight, so it's on at 6. And I realized last night, see, I'm not really like no hungry person, so I don't be eating a lot. But I notice, a lot of people appetites be different, and they eat 3 meals a day. I only eat it. So last night I went did dinner 7:30, and we only had half of the crew there, because people had got them room service and chilling out. So tonight they going a little earlier. So I don't know, I might eat and be good, or I might want to eat twice. Try to be a little regular and eat me a little more. But hey, it's Tony Gaskins. All the important links in the description. Looking forward, it's gonna come right on up. Looking forward to seeing y'all in January for the live event. And then it's gonna be recorded. I'll probably do a end of year type of 2-hour virtual seminar in December. So keep your eyes open for that, just to wrap up this year and gear up for next year. And then I'm still thinking about if I'm gonna do the branding business, like the branding masterclass, mastermind in 2026. So I'm gonna wait till I get back home and sit on it for a week or so and see how I'm feeling, what I'm thinking. But hey, God bless you. Keep your head up, and we will be in touch.